Hey, Mr. Oyster, we should make these retards so confused that they don't know what's left and what is right. They don't even know what to put in their mouths anymore to feed themselves. They are so freaking confused. We should make them so confused that they don't know how to reproduce anymore. And if they know, they can't. Hey, I'm gonna be a first man to admit it's freaking hard growing up in modern society. I have made incredible retarded decisions, and this is not one of them. This is one of the cures for the retardation that's taking human beings out of being critical thinkers that have common sense in 2025. DHA up. But I'm gonna be the first one to admit it's freaking hard to know what's right, what's left, what's wrong, what's raw for you, what to put in your mouth. I was 4 years high carb vegan in freaking Finland. Do you know how retarded that is? If I would have been a little bit more humble and admit my mistakes and wouldn't be so sucked into the religion ideology of veganism, I should have quit 2 years in. If I actually would have some mentors that would actually give me some real knowledge and education how this reality works, I would have never been vegan. Why I was vegan? It's because I was searching, I was not feeling right in this fucked up world. And I took a left turn when I should have taken a right turn. That's how it goes. So I get it. These diets, the foods we put in our tummy, it can affect us hugely. I know this. Everybody with a healthy brain knows this. Not many people really think about it. And that's how it should be. Diets are not complicated. It should be freaking automatic like it was forever. And people were healthy. At least those who weren't controlled by these monarchies and malnutrition and like basically people live in the land. They don't think about their diet, they eat what they can get from their environment. And those motherfuckers have instincts. What's the best food? They know what the best foods are. They eat them. They are healthy. Weston A. Price proved this point 100 years ago already. Now I get it, these diet wars. There's a couple different options. One, the most common one, these diet gurus that champion for their diets. They are there because they want to make money out of you. So incentives dictate outcomes, just like many professions. So many professions, so many jobs and work should be put under, should be taken to the woodshed and put little down because they are freaking confusing us even more so. They are not progressing humanity any bit. They are evolutionizing us. Is that a word? De-evolutionizing us. Hardcore. But anyway, these diet guys, these are diet champions. They either ignorant or they fraudulent. Where they land, you decide. Now the diet wars can be entertaining and they can actually save lives, so I understand them. But what is entertainment? It's taining your wild ass. Entertainment is Circus Maximus. So Put your freaking diet shit out there if you got some knowledge and start focusing on the right shit also. Evolve from the diets. Because who cares if you put your diet information out there and you're gonna be like, this is how it is in my opinion. And if people wanna do their sugar diets in Canada, they wanna do their carnivore diets in freaking middle of Africa. They wanna eat like Eskimos in Australia, and they wanna eat like a freaking tropical Iceland dwellers in Sweden. Be my guest and destroy your mitochondria, destroy your body even more. If it wasn't hard enough in 2025 to be a healthy and sane person. But these dark guys, they wanna make a little bit of cash, they wanna survive in this matrix. So if they got a little bit popular with their diets, they're gonna keep going. They're gonna stay ignorant, or they're gonna realize there's more, but they don't let you know there's more. Look, that's super simple, like I said. Western enterprise. You eat what grows in your area. Everybody knows, not everybody. The vegans don't know this, they're delusional about this. But animal foods, every single human living in natural environments, they knew animal food's the most nutritious food. But also, many ate bunch of plant foods as well. They even ate some grain sludge, some rye bread every single day, and they were freaking fine. Grain sludge ain't the end of the world. If you grow it yourself in the fertile fields with these native plants, no GMO shit, glyphosate shit. Even grains ain't that big of a deal if you outside all day, like they were. They were in the nature all day. They didn't have all these freaking technologies making us retarded. But these diet guys, either ignorance or fraudulent, but what they don't tell you, that's the biggest one, these technologies. These man-made technologies, they're the number one cause for most of our problems. Now food, if you get the food wrong, which is pretty easy thing to do, because we are so retarded these days, there's so much misinformation, you can get sucked into wrong rabbit holes like I did, like I said in the beginning of the video. So, if you get the food wrong and you inside all day on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, watching TV, you don't get sunlight, you don't get grounding, you're gonna have even more so problems. You're gonna be gone from here earlier than if you got the food right. But the biggest problem is these technologies. The biggest problem is we are not outside anymore. The biggest problem is we don't get sunlight anymore. Biggest problem is there's 5G always. There's Wi-Fi's always present in your environment. Except if you go in rural places outside, which you should always. Outside all day, boys and girls. But if your food gurus don't talk about this shit, they either ignorant or they fraudulent. Figure out which one and tell them to fuck off. Even if they do primal diets, they do all raw meat, I do nothing again. But if you inside all that on the technology, it's gonna make fuck all difference. If you're into carnivore diet, I'm gonna eat carnivore keto diet. But you live in tropical places. All the fruits will grow there, some tubers, sweet potatoes. And you just freaking sweating your balls off. On your keto diet, when it's 30 degrees Celsius, the UVB index is 13. Like you're gonna feel miserable, bro. And the same is if you are in Finland like my ass was, and you get a bright idea to eat these tropical fruits that are flown across the freaking plain to here, and you just eat bananas and dates all day with some almond milk or some soy milk. 100% of the food you eat is not grown in the environment you are in. Guess how retarded that is. Guess how you gonna feel. Guess how good you gonna feel in a couple years. Yeah, that took a couple years of my life for sure, bro. Diet wars. Put the diet information out there, but start focusing on the real enemy. The technocrats, the bankers, the Fabians, the Zionists. 100% these guys, this intelligence, CIA, MK Ultra, the guys I mentioned, who created this civilization with high standard of living, 100% they want you to keep everybody on the diet and exercise. It's all about diet and exercise. That's how you get healthy. Do you fucking see what's going on YouTube? Just go look with your eyes with the diet and exercise gurus. The algorithm is freaking bombing on your ass. The algorithm feeds your brain cells with that shit 24/7. It's all it wants. Diet, exercise. It's gonna be diet, exercise, supplements, gym. See these folks. Firstly, see how they look. See how they act, bro. See how they be. Do they have some spirit, some soul, some virtue, some freaking character? Do they seem happy? Do they seem content? Or do they talk about, I'm going to the therapist to feel better year after year because I'm on my phone too much? They don't say the last part because they don't know about it, or they're fraudulent about it. They're working for somebody else who don't got your best interest in their mind. And the diet wars just keep coming. They never end, bro. People never learn. These guys are doing the longest freaking burnouts. When are your tires gonna bob? I'm waiting for that day. Well, plenty of people's tires already freaking bobbed. And it's getting closer for many if you're paying some attention. Like, who gives a fuck if you eat some sugar, dad? Who gives a fuck if you eat some carnivore diet, some primal diet? Well, you give a fuck if you make a lot of cash with it. I get that part. But that makes you somebody who I don't wanna deal with. Somebody I'm not gonna take seriously. Somebody who I'm not gonna get my information from, probably. I tried all the diets. You can do any diet you want, it's gonna feel, you're gonna placebo max for a couple weeks or a couple months or even a year or so. But if it's not built by nature's laws, and the nature's laws tells you the sunlight that hits your bare ass, it's the soil you are standing grounding on, it's the animals that live by your environment that grows the plant foods in your environment. That food should be going into your tummy because that's gonna be the healthiest food for you. Nature's laws didn't say that we need to aeroplane foods from thousands of miles or kilometers away from us. Do you know how confusing that is to your body, your mitochondria? You eat a banana from Ecuador and my ass is in Finland. Like, what kind of sunlight, what kind of soil created that banana? And what it went through in the plains? What they need to do to preserve that? And then it gets into my tummy. That's chaos. That's pure chaos in your body. Your body doesn't know how to react. It's gonna be a negative consequences, and the more you do it, the faster you will get out of here. That's how it goes. So go talk to your farmer. What is growing? Or even better, start growing your own food. The plants, the animals, garden maxing if you wanna eat plant foods. Animal husbandry maxing, farm maxing if you wanna eat the beef, lamb, fish max if you wanna eat fish. That's what I've been doing. That's the easiest one, because the other ones, the bigger project you wanna get, the more skills you wanna get. So better start apprenticing for some of these farmers. Talk to them. If you wanna milk, go milk the cows or goats or sheep yourself, or donkeys or camels. Yeah, boy. Diet wars, they entertaining, like I said. But what is entertainment? It's Circus Maximus. It's distractions, keeping our eyes away from the real enemy, the real goal, what we should all be working on. Sugar dieters, carnivores, raw animal eaters, let's unite. And let's start working against the real enemy. But also, if you eat those diets and it is not appropriate to your environment, consider changing your retarded habits. Start getting some oysters up in your gut. If the oysters grow in your environment, if they live in your environment. Diet easy shit. Making actual change in the world hard shit. So let's start focusing on that. Peace.